Hi guys and welcome to a new video of F1 highlights. Charles Leclerc was very frustrated after the Grand Prix last Sunday. Why? We will tell you, so let's get started. Carlos Sainz claimed his debut F1 victory in what proved to be a very eventful British Grand Prix. Following a huge first lap incident involving Zhou Guanyu, the race was red flagged for nearly an hour before getting back underway. Pole sitter Sainz lost out on the lead to Max Verstappen in the early stages, but Verstappen soon found himself struggling with damage to his car, enabling Sainz to retake P1. There was some swapping of positions for the Ferrari drivers, resulting in Charles Leclerc becoming the race leader before a late safety car threw everything up in the air. The Scuderia opted to pit Sainz but leave Leclerc out on the track, meaning that the Monegasque was left vulnerable to Sergio Perez and Lewis Hamilton at the race restart, both of whom had fresher rubber. Sainz took victory while Leclerc was left down in fourth, a sequence of events that had led to plenty of reaction amongst various international media outlets. At Ferrari, they do not regret the strategic choices that have been made of the result, but according to team boss Mattia Binotto, the team has made the right decisions. When with just under 15 laps to go, the safety car came on track due to a stalled Alpine car. 3 of the first 4 drivers came in for new soft tyres. Only Charles Leclerc, the race leader at the time, continued to ride on hard tyres. Ferrari chose to only bring in Carlos Sainz and let the Monegasque drive on hard tyres. It ultimately cost Leclerc the win, which went to the other Ferrari driver. Mattia Binotto explains what the reason was behind this special decision. The gap between the drivers was not big enough to bring them both in, because the second would have lost time during the pit stop and fell back because of it. He said, then why we chose Carlos alone? Because Charles was on the lead. He would remain the race leader without a pit stop. His hard tyres were also fresher than Sainz's 6 or 7 laps and in better condition. Furthermore, the strategists at the Ferrari pit wall thought that Sainz on soft tyres could be a good buffer for Leclerc on the hard tyres at the restart. After a few laps, the tyre advantage was supposed to disappear, but it didn't. With Carlos making a pit stop and got back on track second, he could at least protect Leclerc in the first corners. Because on the hard tyres, we knew it would be difficult for Charles at the restart. That's why we decided to do so. We then hoped to see more wear on the soft tyres so that Charles could make up for it after some difficult laps, but there wasn't as much wear as we'd hoped for the red-lined rubber. The Italian team principal sighed. Despite Leclerc's disappointing results, Binotto is firmly behind all the strategic choices that have been made. Ferrari just had bad luck with the safety car, he judges. We made the right decisions at every moment. If we had stopped Charles, maybe the rest wouldn't have come in for new tyres. He might have ended up in P4. Could he have made up for those spots? I'm not sure. Afterwards, it's always easy to say that we could have done things differently. Again, we had a safety car at the wrong time while we were comfortably at the lead. So Charles Leclerc had to settle for P4 at the end of the British Grand Prix. That while he was still in P1 15 laps before the end. However, then the safety car came on track and he was the only one of the top drivers not to make a pit stop for the softest rubber. Then he saw 3 drivers pass him and teammate Carlos Sainz win. He still defended as a lion. It wasn't enough. I took all the risks I could to keep my position, but it wasn't enough, said the obviously grumpy Leclerc. I'm very disappointed. The victory was up for grabs. We had a damaged car but was still fighting for the win. In the end, he dropped back to 4th place as teammate and later winner Carlos Sainz, as well as Sergio Perez and Lewis Hamilton passed him. Frustrating. It's very frustrating not to be able to put down a good end result again. So yeah, that's it. Sighs Charles, who has not won 7 races now. Does he blame his team? He would like a clarification from Ferrari about the strategic choices the team made during the British Grand Prix, he tells. I still have to look at the big picture, from the outside. For now, I don't know what to make of my team's decisions. Leclerc continues, personally I felt very strong in the first part of the race and I think I lost some time there. I don't think this would have changed the end result, but with an eye on the future, we have to check everything. The disappointment is big for me. It's a rollercoaster of a race. On the first lap, my front wing broke and I thought it was done because I had quite a lot of understeer. The win seemed more and more a possibility after that until the safety car came. It was, and that is frustrating. Concludes the number 3 in the World Championship. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button to not miss any F1 news.